If you were to evaluate the average day for a high-achieving professional, it would most likely look like this. Start your day with a pre-sunrise workout, rush through some early morning conference calls, attend a bunch of meetings, grab a quick snack at your desk, that's considered lunch, go to a few more meetings, rush to an evening activity event, go pick up your kids, dinner, tonight's menu, DoorDash, check email one last time before finally collapsing into bed, exhausted, and wondering where the day went. It's so easy for us to get trapped in this state of busyness. And being busy and having a busy schedule can lead us in one of two directions. Being busy can lead to burnout just as easily as it can lead us to extreme productivity. So if you're starting to feel like your busy schedule is leading you to burnout, what can you do? Well, you've likely heard all the tips, tricks, and hacks to fix this. Work on things that align with your energy. Use a block schedule and create your perfect day. Set boundaries. Use a daily planner. Just Google productivity. You will get 1.5 billion, with a B, results in 0.4 seconds. So there's no shortage of solutions and gurus to help us. Oh, I just saw this on Instagram. Apparently, there's this new productivity drink that we can consume. It's like a caffeinated, sugary beverage of some sort. Oh my gosh, I can actually go home because that's probably it. That's probably the thing that we've been missing this entire time. But you've got options and a lot of solutions available to you. There's more tools to help us than ever before. So why are so many of us stuck over here, being busy and possibly facing burnout? Why is burnout the epidemic that we're facing now when we have these wonderful tools, gurus, and solutions? Well, because being busy, and for many of us, our day is this simple math problem. We have all these things that we want to do and we need to do, but we have limited blocks of time in our day. We have real responsibilities. We have to be an Uber driver for our kids. We probably have to work about at least 8 hours a day. We have to help our aging parents with everything it is that they need. Those are real responsibilities. And the other reason is that for some of us, it's the season of life that we're in. It will get better when you get the promotion, your kids go to college, you land that next job that you're really excited about, your home renovation is finished, whatever that next milestone is for you. But for most of us, you're sitting back trying to do the calculus of your day, and the math, it just isn't working. It feels often like we don't have a choice in the matter. We're stuck right here on this busy burnout schedule. It feels like we're never going to get to the other side of that. So a few years ago, I'm sitting at the airport and I've had a mediocre glass of Cabernet. Lately, this is my idea of a complete meal. I make brief eye contact with the woman next to me and I smile and she says, "Where are you headed, dear?" I have no idea. I couldn't answer her. I couldn't tell her where I was going. Ann Arbor for a site visit, Minneapolis for a conference, Florida for vacation. What difference did it make? "Oh, dear, you can find it printed on your boarding pass, or you can ask a gate agent to help you." Yeah, thanks. Chugging that wine. Where are you headed? This is not a weird question to ask a stranger at an airport, but I couldn't answer. I didn't know where I was going anymore. I was in survival mode, living off the calendar, stressed, and frankly, on the verge of a meltdown at any moment. Have you felt this way too? I was raised in the Midwest, but I've lived in the Northeast now for even longer. So I've had this interesting experience of this fast-paced, in-your-face, yes to everything intensity of the Northeast, mixed with my upbringing in the Midwest, a Swedish and German heritage, hard-working family values, parents who expected perfection from me, and the guilty mentality of a Midwestern Lutheran. If you know, you know. Because you see, I have to explain to my East Coast friends that Lutheran guilt, Midwestern Lutheran guilt especially, is a lot like Catholic guilt, except it's more passive aggressive, and it's served with a casserole, right? So over time, I've had these periods where I felt like my work and my worth was everything to me. My worth was tied to my work. It was really hard for me to say no to people, and that guilty conscience said, I'll just do it for them. And that's how I got to the airport that day, in that situation. Luckily, in working with busy professionals, what I started to realize is that being busy doesn't guarantee burnout. Burnout happens when we're busy without progress towards our purpose. Burnout happens when we feel like we don't have a choice in the matter. Burnout happens when we feel like we have no control over any part of our day. The most productive people, now they likely have a busy schedule too. But the difference is they feel like they can make a choice. They feel like they can choose to work on the things that matter to them and are most impactful to them. So now some of you are sitting here going, well, good for them. But I have all those responsibilities you talked about earlier. I don't have the luxury of doing what I want, when I want. Those responsibilities are real. It's not going to end well if you stop answering your emails, fail to pick up your kids, and fail to pick up your mom's meds. I can't give you permission to change that entire part of your life. But here's what I can do. I give you permission to, and this is the key, make one decision towards productivity. Start with just one block of time in your day. Reclaim just one small block of time. That can be 1 moment, 1 hour, 1 day. You choose. But start with just one block of time. That could be one step towards a company goal, one pivot towards something we know is going to impact the ROI. That could be something that your team is just really excited about working on. Strategic time to create, to innovate, to bring big value. I was recently working with a burned out portfolio manager, New York City lifestyle, financial industry, 700 emails a day, kids in prep school, lots happening, lots of those responsibilities. And instead of blowing up her whole day and disrupting her work schedule and structure, I said, what if you just reclaim one small block of time in your day? 2 weeks later, she comes back and says, that was absolutely amazing, because I just reclaimed 45 minutes of my day to work on something that really mattered to me. And because of that, I was able to write a job description, interview, and even hire someone. That's something we've been talking about doing for months, but because you gave me that permission of time, I was able to actually accomplish it. Bless you. One small decision. One deposit that results in a massive ROI. Now here's the best part. When you are here, when you are in this zone, you are free to experience this phenomenon I call compounding productivity. And just like compounding interest, compounding productivity, well, it just gets better and better. First, your mood shifts. That impacts your energy. Then you can work on something that needs to get done. That frees up some mental space. Then you can work on something really important. One right thing leads to the next. New doors open, opportunities increase. So if you're starting to feel that burnout, that overwhelm, it starts creeping in, you're feeling that out of control feeling again, what can you do again? Well, here's a quick tool that can help you. First, stop. Breathe, pause, hit the reset button, and get back in control. Then, you can use my productivity system called Keynote, and Keynote is my special sauce, because when you intentionally clarify, organize, act, and take time, you have an increased capacity to work on the things that matter most. You can accomplish those things that are most important to you and to your team. Because you don't want to be sitting there at the airport. You don't want to be sitting there with your mediocre glass of Cabernet having someone ask you where you're going and you don't know. Because deep down, you do know where you're going. All I needed was to reclaim one small block of time in my day, and you can too. One change that's in service of where you want to go. Because one decision can change everything. Thank you.